Hey, hi everyone. Very good morning to you all. So yesterday we have started Oracle 12c installation process, and we have seen several steps, and we stopped at this point that we need to go ahead and install some extra packages. So let us continue with that. So these are the M packages that which we need to install. So before that, as I said, sometimes this M process would be already running. In that case, you need to kill that process. But here, no process is running, so we can just leave that as it is. Then we just need to copy and paste all these commands in order to make those packages getting installed. So what basically happens is it will, because your Linux machine will be connected to internet, so it will connect to the website m.oracle.com, and from there it will download the package if required, and then it is going to install that particular package. Or otherwise we need to manually download all these packages and we need to copy them to the server, and then we need to do the installation, which is obviously a much more tedious task. Okay, so all the packages got installed. Now proceeding to the next step. In this particular file, we need to set a line. So we need to declare a line sc linux is equals to permissive. And below there is a note mention. It says if there is already a line stating sc linux is equals to enforcing, then you need to comment that particular line. So for example, if you take a look here, there is already a line which says sc linux is equals to enforcing, and here we are adding the same parameter sc linux is equals to permissive. So both the values will be conflicted. So that is the reason it is saying that we need to comment out the first one, which is saying about sc linux is equals to enforcing. Then save this file. Then we need to run a command set enforce permissive, and as a last and final step we are going to disable the firewall. So the problem is if we don't disable the firewall, then the connections from outside are not allowed. So that is the reason Linux level firewall we can disable it, but we can continue to maintain network level firewall. So that's it. Those are the prerequisite steps that we need to do before starting with the 12c installation. So the next thing is we need to download the software and we need to copy the software to the Linux operating system. So where we can download that? Obviously from oracle.com. So if you go to oracle.com website, go to this trials and downloads. There you will see an option called database. So go to this Oracle database section. So there you will be seeing 12C release 2, then 12C release 1, then followed by 11G release 2. And for each and every operating system, the software will be different. Like for Windows, the software is different. For Linux, the software is different. So when you are downloading, you need to be careful which file you are downloading. And also earlier, now from 12C onwards, Oracle is not providing any 32-bit software. So compulsory, you need to install only 64-bit software. And for that, your operating system should be 64-bit. If your operating system is 32-bit, on top of that, if you are trying to install Linux with 64-bit, that may create some problem. So that's the reason we need to strictly go with 64-bit only. In 11G, we used to have options like 11G software. If you look at for each and every flavor of operating system, again we will be having one 32-bit software and one 64-bit software. For example, if you take a look here, we have Windows 32-bit and Windows 64-bit. Similarly, Linux 32-bit, Linux 64-bit. Like that we used to have in 11G, but because nowadays everything is coming out in 64-bit, so I can remove that option in from 12C release 1 onwards. So, and also one more change that you would notice is from 11G onwards, Oracle is maintaining two files. For example, if I go with Linux 64-bit in 11G, you will see two files like this. Linux, database 1 of 2 and database 2 of 2. Even in 12, so even in 12C release 1 also it maintains same. So we use it to have two files, database 1 of 2 and database 2 of 2. So this has been changed from 12C release 2 onwards. So from 12C release 2 onwards, you will be having only one file. Instead of having two files, now you will be seeing only one file here. So you can accept the agreement, license agreement. Then you can click on this. Provided, as I said, you need to have an account, free account. So then you will be able to download this software. So once you download it, now the thing is how we are going to copy that software to the Linux machine, because the download will happen on your laptop or desktop. So how you are going to copy that to your uh, you know Linux operating system. So that is with the help of a software called WinSCP. So if you just go to Google and type WinSCP, you will be getting a link winscp.net. So from this side, you can able to download it. So for example, 5.9.6 is the latest version. So you can click on this installation package. It will download and you can install like any other software. Just you need to say next, next, finish. So once you download it, an icon will be there on your desktop. So once you double click on that particular icon, So the very first time you will be seeing something like this. So here in the place of host name, you need to provide the IP address of your Linux machine. Then in username, you need to provide the username as Oracle. If you remember in step number 3 or step number 4, we have created a user here. So that particular username we need to provide there, and also the corresponding password. So once you enter these three details, click on login at the bottom. Then it will connect to your Linux machine. Just a moment. Okay, just a moment. Let me restart once. It seems there is some issue with the network. Few minutes. Okay, it's working. So maybe this is the thing for you as well. So if at all you see there is some issue sometimes with the VM machine, so just stop and start it. Ideally it will work. So now once you connected to that Linux machine, so you can see the window has been splitted in two sides. So the left hand side will be your uh, Windows machine, and the right hand side will be your Linux machine. So on the Linux machine, there is a light color blue bar here. So if you double click on that, it will open the location. So you need to provide the location where you want to copy the software. For example, I want to copy the software to U03 mount point. So I need to specify that location here and say OK. Then that particular location will be open. Here at the top you can see that location. So on the left hand side, on the Windows machine, go to the location where you have Oracle software. So when you download it, you must have kept it somewhere. So you need to just go to that location. So for example, this is the location where I have my software. So I will just drag and drop. But before going with the drag and drop, on the top you can see transfer settings. In that, select the binary option. So because it is the safest way to transfer the file, So select that binary option, drag that file with your mouse and just leave that on the Linux window. So this will start copying your software from Windows machine to the Linux machine. Even in real time, we'll be using the same tool WinSCP in order to copy any software from your local desktop, I mean from your office machine to the server. So now the software has been copied. Go to your PuTTY session and switch to Oracle user. So to switch to Oracle user, you are going to use the command su-oracle, where su stands for switch user. Then go to the location where you have copied the software, that is U03. So there you will be seeing this zip file. So you need to unzip it. So once the file has been unzipped, then you will see a folder by the name database, and under that folder database you will be seeing a file called run installer, and this is the file which we'll be invoking in order to start our Oracle installation. But the problem is, the moment you invoke the file, it expects a graphical interface, but PuTTY doesn't allow the graphical interface. So to do the installation with the graphical interface screens, we are going to use another tool. There are so many tools available in the market. For example, so the one which we are using in our classes is X Manager. Apart from this, you have Hummingbird, and you have Exceed, or you have Xming. Like this, so many softwares are there. So some are free tools and some are licensed ones. So depends on the client or depends on the project. Some people will choose X Manager, some people will choose Exceed, like that. But most commonly, with my experience, I have seen people using Exceed a lot. So that is also a licensed software only. But if at all your client cannot go, or your client feel that it is not required to go for a licensed software, then they go for Xming, which is a freeware. So I will show you about X Manager. So X Manager is, again, you can just download it from Google. But X Manager is a licensed product. So you will be getting this only for 30 days or so, I believe, as the free version. Okay. So when you just type in Google X Manager download, it will take you to the page. So the company which develops this product is netsarang.com. So if you go to their website, under download section, you will be seeing this. So we have different products available. What we are going to download is X Manager 5. So we don't require this X Manager Enterprise. So we can just use X Manager 5. As you can see, there are two options here, download and buy now. So if you just click on download, a trial version will be downloaded for you. And you need to install that. Installation is pretty much like any other software. So once you install it on your desktop, you will be seeing a folder by the name X Manager 5. So once you open that folder, you will be seeing multiple tools like this, like X browser, X config, etc. So what we need to use is X start. So once you use double click on X start, the very first time it will ask you to enter some name for the session. You can give whatever the name you want. Then you will be seeing all these fields as blank. So you will see something like this. So first, in the host, you need to provide your IP address. Then protocol, if it is telnet or something, you need to change that to SSH. Then your username should be Oracle. And password, if you want to save your password, you can click on this setup, enter your password and check this option so that you can save your password. And in the command, you need to click on this button and select the operating system. So you have different operating systems, as you can see: Unix, Linux old, Solaris, etc. So ours is the second one, Xterm Linux. So select that option. So once you do that, click on this run button automatically. So the very first time it may ask you this. So just click on accept and save. It will open you a screen just like Putty, but with white color background. So from here you will be able to invoke the graphical interface. So this is one way of how we can use that. Or otherwise, as I said, there is another software called Xming, because that is a freeware. Maybe you can use that one in your practice. So Xming also you can download it from Oracle, from the Google itself. So maybe this is the one. So you can just download this. So once you download and install, you will see a icon on your desktop, a shortcut. So double click on that shortcut. So once you double click on the shortcut, in the background it will start running. And here after that, when it starts running in the background, you need to open a putty session. And so what you need to do is go to connections. Under connection, go to SSH, expand it, and go to X11. And here click on enable X11 forwarding. Then come back to the main one and give your IP address. Means open a new session again in putty, and either log in as root user and switch to Oracle, or directly you can log in as Oracle user itself. Then go to U03, go to this database directory. And the advantage with Xming is from putty itself you can start your installation. So because Xming is running in the background, the moment you invoke this, it is going to start the things automatically. So you don't require again a separate window to start your installation. So directly you can make use of this one. Okay, so this is the first screen of your installation for Oracle 12c Release 2. So in the first screen, uncheck this option. It will ask you to provide something called Oracle support username and password. So this is nothing but the credentials which you will use in order to contact Oracle support if you have a license. So but because we are not using any licensed product here, so we can just go ahead and uncheck that option. Even in real time as well, if you have a license also, generally we don't give email ID and password. We will just skip that. So it will give you a warning stating that you have not provided an email address. That's fine. You can continue. So now you can see three options here. One is create and configure a database. Means during installation itself you can create a new database. And second option, you can choose to install only software and you can create a database at later point of time. And if you are already having a 11G database and on the same server you are installing 12C, then from during the time of 12C installation itself, you can upgrade your 11G database to 12C. So like this we have three options. So I am going with the second option because I want to show the database creation with the help of tool later. So I'm installing only software. Then what we are dealing with is only single instance and database installation. So no change in this screen. And we are using Enterprise Edition. And then we have different editions like Enterprise Edition, Standard Edition. Then we have something called Standard Edition 1. Then Personal Edition, Express Edition and all. So each and every edition will have its own features. So like for example, in personal edition, you cannot create a database more than 5 GB. Or in Express edition, you cannot use all the features of Oracle database. Similarly, in standard edition also there are some limitations. So the only edition without having any limitations where you can use all the features is Enterprise edition. And obviously, when you look at the license cost, so Enterprise edition will be having the highest fee, and followed by the standard edition, and then Express edition, and finally the personal edition. But personal editions are free, so only Express, standard, and enterprise will be charged, and nobody will use Express edition. No, 100% you won't see that in real time. Maybe you will be seeing standard edition or enterprise edition, depends on again how much cost that your client can put in. So we are choosing enterprise edition because we want to test all the features. So now it is choosing the location where it wants to do Oracle installation by its own. So if you want to continue with this location, then you can continue, or no, you want to do some changes to this location. So not only location, the directory names. So what it will do is under U01, it will create a directory by the name app. Under that, one more directory by the name Oracle, etc. etc. So if you wish to go like this, it is fine, or otherwise, please change that. I am just continuing with the same value. Then we have something called Oracle Inventory. Oracle Inventory is nothing but uh, the place where you can find the Oracle installation information. Suppose on the same server I have installed Oracle 10G, 11G, 12C. So in which location I have installed 10G, in which location I have installed 11G and 12C can be identified from this Oracle inventory. So it is a centralized point location where all the location information where you have installed Oracle software will be recorded. So the location, it is by default taking as U01 app or a inventory. But if you want to again change this, yes, you can always change that. And the group name will always remain to O install. Please don't change this. It will be O install only. Then here it will ask you for the some operating system related groups. It's fine by default. Choose everything as DBA. So in this screen, Oracle is going to cross-check whether it has met all the prerequisites or not. Because we have already done the prerequisite steps like installing the packages, setting up kernel parameters and all, that step will be passed successfully. And this is your final screen. So once again, it is going to summarize you what and all you have chosen. So how much disk space is required, what is the source location, what is the database edition you have chosen, etc. etc. So once you click on the install button at the bottom, your installation will start. So anyone having any questions?
Pawan.
Yeah, Hari.
Yeah, actually, I tried installing Linux, but I'm not able to connect to the network, Pawan.
Mm.
It's showing me not disconnected. It shows as not connected.
Okay. So, are you based out in India or abroad?
No, in India, Bangalore.
Okay. Mm. So you have selected the same options like the bridge networking.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But I think I have an issue with my LAN network. I think that's what I understand actually when I do it.
Mhm. So you are using a Wi-Fi or a LAN cable?
Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Okay. So you mean to say from your Windows machine also you are unable to ping the Linux machine?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So in that case we need to check on something. Okay. You are doing on 7.4, right?
Yeah, 7.4.
Okay. Actually, on 7.4, I got to know sometimes we may land up into some issues. Just a moment.
And I'm not able to connect with this putty also for this.
Yeah, yeah, because the connectivity is not there, so that's why putty
Mhm.
will not work.
Mhm.
Okay, so I am forwarding one YouTube link in
Mhm.
to our WhatsApp group. So
Mhm.
I mean one of our old student. He told that with the help of this video, he was able to set up that network things properly for 7.4 version. So maybe you can just
Mhm.
have a look at that YouTube video and try to resolve that.
Sure, sure. Pawan, one more doubt, Pawan. Yesterday's class.
Yeah, please.
Result cache. There is a point which you mentioned in your blog. That is, the first point says that passed statement in the library cache, and if we got an already passed statement with the execution plan, it will move to the result cache. And the third point is saying that it will user directly even without execution of fetch the parsing. So I was confused with first and third point here.
Just a moment. Let me have a look.
I'll ping you the 3 points in the chat.
It's okay. I can check my blog. Yeah, Hari, maybe you can just ping it. It seems my system is slow.
Okay. The first point and the third point.
Just a moment. Yeah, so you mean to say like you haven't got, I mean, you didn't understand the third point?
Yes, a little confusion in the first point and the third point. Actually, what I understood here is third point says that again parsing will not be done. When this parsing will not be done on the second time, when the user has given the same select statement, like select star from employee, then only the first again the first execution parsing will not be done.
Yeah,
So that's what I understand.
yeah,
But is
correct.
it right? What I understood is.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever the understanding you have is correct. So only when
Mhm.
user issues the same statement for the second time, so then
Mhm.
only that parsing will be skipped. And because the data is readily available in the result cache, even the execution and fetching also will be skipped.
Okay, fine. I'm clear.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. So it seems it is taking more time. Let me close some applications. Just give me a moment. It seems it got stuck or something. Ideally, it should not take that much time. Just a moment. So one good advantage we have in Linux is if at all you have some situations like this, the installation is failing or something, you can just directly go to the uh, you know location where your installation is happening, and you can remove completely forcefully the directories. That itself will take care of all the things. But whereas in Windows it is not the case, because in Windows all the values will get registered in your registry keys, so clearing them is a lot of headache. So I just removed all the things whatever Oracle has created till now. Let me do again the installation freshly from this X Manager. So I'm passing through the same screens. So if you want to just have a recap of this installation video, so you can I have given that YouTube URL in the material itself, or otherwise you can just check in video tutorials tab in my blog as well. Okay, so at the end of the installation, basically it will ask you to execute two scripts as a root user. So we need to open the putty session and go back to the root user, and we need to just copy and paste that script name. So the first script is aura inst root.sh. So what this particular script will do, uh, first it will change the permissions of Oracle inventory location, uh, and then it is going to uh, change the group name of that Oracle inventory to Oracle O-install. So that is what the first script will do. And when you execute second script, the script name is root.sh and it is located here. So when you execute that script, it is going to create something called aura tab file. So in this line you can see that. And here it will ask you to install something called trace file analyzer. As of now it is not required, so you can provide your input as no. So what is this aura tab file, what it will do and all, we will see in the next class. So once we execute those two scripts, come back to this installation screen and click on this OK button. So that completes your installation. So that is how we are going to install Oracle 12c release 2. So same or similar steps we follow for release 1 as well, and for 11g software as well. So for all of them the videos are available in my blog. So that is all we have for today. Next class we have on Monday again. So Monday we will start off with creating the databases, and then we will proceed for further concepts. So anyone having any questions before we close for today?
No.
Okay, then let's meet again on Monday at the same time. So thanks for joining and have a nice weekend.
Thank you.